My name's Emile. I'm the founder of Little Boomers Basketball. We're a national franchise with 23 locations across Australia, and one of our franchisees launched with 75 members on their very first day. For most people, the highest point of fear is right after they transfer the franchise fee and think, okay, now what happens? In this video, I'm going to remove that uncertainty and show you exactly what the journey looks like after you sign to when you launch your business. I'll walk you through our structured 5-step onboarding system so you know exactly what happens next, who's involved, and how we prepare you for a successful launch. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to Courtside Conversations. Now picture this for a second. You've just signed a franchise agreement and you've transferred $60,000. $60,000 of your hard-earned money to Little Boomers Basketball or to any other franchise that you've invested in. Maybe it's more than 60K. Maybe we can add a zero. Maybe it's 600K. Maybe it's a gym. Maybe it's your own gym franchise, whatever it is. You've just invested a large sum of money into a franchise. At that point, you're probably thinking, did I make the right decision? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money seeing it come out of my bank account. Have I made the right decision? There's that little bit of fear, that uncertainty. Oh man, are they going to really help me? Is this really going to work out? I'm going to be addressing that question for you today. And we're going to go over the entire roadmap from when you sign the franchise agreement to when you launch your franchise and the doors, when you open up the doors to your grand opening. Now, every franchise might be different. Maybe some follow this, maybe some don't, but this is our blueprint. This is our layout from how you go from signing the franchise agreement to becoming an official business owner. Let's get into it. So, first one, what we do is we meet the head office team. Once you've signed the agreement, you'll get a message from Kimberly, from Greg, from myself, from Mary, a phone call as well. We want you to feel comfortable with who to go for. You know, go to Kimberly for invoicing, go for Kimberly for compliance, go to Greg for anything to do with day-to-day operations, go to Emile for X, Y, Z. So meet the head office team, feel comfortable, meet the head office team. They're going to be your first point of contact for anything related to the franchise or anything for support. Now, once we've done that team, we move over to the next phase, which is meet the franchisees, right? We get the new franchisee to go on site and to meet a couple of their local or what we call buddy franchisees. Every new franchisee that comes into our network gets paired up with a buddy franchise so they can feel a buddy franchisee so they can feel comfortable and they can go to someone for any help. We also do something a little bit quirky in our network. We have a WhatsApp group chat, and every new franchisee has to post a welcoming video, a nice face, introducing themselves to the network and telling us something interesting about themselves. So we want, in any element, you want to meet the franchisees, because one of the most powerful things I think about joining a franchise brand is the network, right? You're not alone. Like, you're not running your own business where you're by yourself and it's you, yourself, and I. There's a network. There's other franchisees that share the same struggles and problems. So meet the franchisees. Now, what happens after that? The next one is what we call our 90-day success roadmap, where you'll review the entire roadmap, and I'll put it in the background here so you can see it, but there's pretty much different phases that you need to go through to launch your franchise, right? And you'll get a review of the entire roadmap, exactly what you need to do at every single phase, how to do it, and with a deadline. And that kind of ties into my next point, which is the setup, right? So once you've reviewed your roadmap, which contains a whole series like setting up, finding your first venue, training your coaches, completing your on-court training, the next part is setup. Now, if you're going to join a franchise, the franchise is going to go for 5 years at least. You want to make sure that you have got everything set up correctly from day dot, from your accounting, so that you know accurate financial numbers of your business, to your bookkeeping, to your email setup, to your automations, to your email templates, to your public liability, because all of our franchisees have to take out public liability, workers' compensation, your police checks, everything. We want to make sure that you are set up with everything from day one so that you've got correct financials and that everything lines up from your franchise. Because you don't want to be running your franchise into the second year and now you're setting up your zero and now you're setting up your bookkeeping and you've got to merge all your old data into the one. We just want to get it done straight from the get-go. Hey, just quickly, if you want to see if there's an available territory to own a Little Boomers basketball franchise in, click the link below to our map and see if there's a location near you. Okay, so we've just done our setup. We then start your initial training. In any franchise program, there's going to be training. You need to learn how to use the systems that the franchisor has created. Now, we split up our initial training into 2 phases. The first one is the on-court training, where you as a franchisee will tag alongside one of our franchise locations and learn how to interact with kids, learn how to speak to parents, and learn how to deliver all the basketball programs that we offer. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to coach when you start your franchise, but you need to learn how to work all of these different things, because if you're building a team of coaches, how are you going to give feedback to your coaches if you yourself don't know how the business runs and how the programs are run? So there's on-court training, and then there's off-court training, where you go online. We call it Boomerversity. It's our online training platform, and you learn how to do everything behind the scenes from the business, how to manage your enrollments, how to transfer kids, how to create new classes on the website, how to contact schools, how to contact daycares, how to onboard your first coach. Pretty much everything that happens off the court, we got Boomerversity. And in my opinion, the key to a successful initial training program is you want to be confident coming into your launch day that you know what you're doing, right? You don't want to be left in the dark. I still don't know how to do this. How do I do that? You want to have confidence as a franchisee about to launch your business. And the key to getting confidence is to a very strong training program. And the second thing about training programs is, my goodness, they can't be boring. I remember I was in university and I had a 3-hour lecture. Imagine sitting down on a chair, listening to a professor going over 120 slides. By about 30 minutes, not only was I asleep, but I looked at everyone else. 80% of the people were asleep. And if they weren't asleep, they were on their phone toggling, right? Poor training. The key to any training is it's got to be engaging. It's got to be fun. It's got to be hands-on. It's got to be practical, right? And we make sure we implement all of that into our training. Okay, next part here. We're getting closer to your launch date, is starting LAM. What does LAM start with? What's the abbreviations for LAM? LAM stands for Local Area Marketing, right? If you're about to start your own business, whether it's a Little Boomers franchise, whatever it is, we begin our local area marketing campaign where the franchisee takes action and goes to their local area marketing. There's a whole criteria and checklist they follow, from going to the shopping centers to visiting the schools, primary schools, visiting daycares. What else is on the list? There's a whole bunch of things that they do to promote the business locally. And what we do is we have a special offer when we're launching a new franchise called our Grand Slam Bundle Pack. The first 30 parents to enroll their child gets a free basketball, a free handball, and a ticket to win a lifetime basketball hoop. We do that as a special bonus to really drive enrollments. But any franchise brand should have a local area marketing strategy combined with a network-wide marketing. So with this, the franchisee is responsible for doing their local area marketing, and then head office does an online marketing campaign via Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and Meta Ads. We take care of everything online. The franchisee takes care of everything from a local perspective. So that's when you start your local area marketing campaign. Then I'm pretty sure when you start a franchise, there's some form of grand opening, right? Where you cut the ribbon and you're now officially an owner and you welcome your founding members or you welcome your first customers. We really go hard on a grand opening. We have the balloons, we have gift packs, we have music, we have our mascot, we get our videographer team. We really want to create a really big, fun, open day so that we can welcome all of our members to our program. And it's all about creating noise. The whole purpose of a grand opening is to create noise in the local community. So people say, hey, what's happening here? What's this going on? What's this new place, right? And you want to create noise. And the only way to create noise is you create a massive grand opening. And then the last part, and this I think is one of the most important parts, you've just launched your franchise, you've gone through your 90-day success roadmap, your grand opening is done. Now what happens? With us, there's still 5 years left on the franchise agreement. In my opinion, what the best thing to do, or what we do, is after grand opening, we do a coaching call and we do a plan to scale. Okay, you've just launched your franchise. Congratulations. Now let's do a plan of how we're going to scale this business. Let's say you launch with 45 members on your day one. Let's put a plan of how we're going to get to 100, 150, 200, 400. Some of our best franchise operators have 400 members every single term. So there needs to be a plan after you've launched your franchise on how you're going to scale the business. And we have Greg, our operations manager. He speaks to our franchisees and he creates a plan. Okay, congratulations, we've launched the 45. Now let's look at scale. How are we going to scale this? How are we going to get to more daycares, more schools? And that's it, team. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of reassurance of what happens once the franchise agreement is signed. These are the process we go from signing the franchise agreement to launching your business. Every business and every franchise is a bit different, but this is what we do, and we've got a very good success rate. We've got on average about 45 members on day one. So when a franchisee does their grand opening, about 45 members is our track record through all of these phases. But that's it, team. I hope you enjoyed the whiteboard. Subscribe to the channel for weekly episodes, and I will see you next week. God bless.